I've a bit been sick for some days. And so pardon if I'm not part of why I wanted to cancel this event, because health-wise, I'm not even supposed to be training. And I love when my student takes training seriously. We come early, we put in the required seriousness to the training, right? For me, I love it very much. Because a long time when you see me train, it's cost me a lot. It means leaving time that I should dedicate to our business or to other things, that I'm putting that into trying to, add value to people. So I always appreciate it when it's prioritized and it's valued. You said?
Get well soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. So let's get started. First video. Good. What's the volume? Can you guys hear the volume? It's Anthony. Anthony. Who else knows how to sort out this volume? Leo, do you know? Sorry? The volume, we can't hear the audio. We can't hear the audio.
The silicon.
I think it must be from the Zoom.
So, this one. Can we connect the other mics? Can we connect the other mics?
No, mic is working. The speaker is not working. They need to play this video.
Mic is working, the speaker not working when we play the video. So maybe the speaker is off or something.
Sorry, much.
Can you go back to the video and play?
Share the sound.
Share the sound.
Share the sound.
Share with someone.
Share sound.
Oh, okay. No, thank you. Sorry.
Is that new?
This one. First off.
It's not too nice. The first slide.
My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's consultant.
Who's the
Was my coach. I started 13 years ago as an entrepreneur, and knowing nothing, but having the guts, and of course wanting to be wealthy, as I was born from a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had crumbled before I was born. But I knew that we could be wealthy. I knew that poverty was bad and something was wrong with the kind of poverty I've been experiencing over and over again. But some.
I will need to play a lot of stuff, so we need to fix this. Is that from the? So do you have any other mic alternative? Because obviously once you remove the guy here.
My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's consultant as my coach. much. I started 13 years ago as an entrepreneur and knowing nothing, but having the guts and of course wanting to be wealthy as I was born from a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had crumbled before I was born, but I knew that we could be wealthy. I knew that poverty was bad and something was wrong with the kind of poverty I've been experiencing over and over again. But something changed my life. At the age of 17, I started reading a book on money. And I got to know that I can be wealthy. It's possible. And the question was, why are all these things not taught in the university? Why is my professor not knowing how to be rich? Why is he not teaching me? And this is why I've decided, haven't traveled all over the world, haven't built global businesses, haven't started with $10 and grew a multi-million-dollar corporation. I started the first wealth university where we teach you how to make, manage, and multiply money, understanding the secrets. Some of the courses in the Stephen Akhtia University, by the time you're done with it, you can literally start your own business or be able to learn how to invest in a business and make money for yourself. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to sign up today by visiting www.stephenakitauniversity.com and start your journey to building real wealth and prosperity today. I love you and see you in class.
Okay, I want to start my class with that video because it's next. Because it kind of gives you a little background about me, about my journey. And what I'm doing is
My name is Steve.
Sits in front, right? Please move forward. One here. No. No attention. Like your white. Forward, forward. Chair. Okay, so I'm Stephen Akintayo. Started holdings 15 years ago. That video was done 2 years ago, so that's why it's 13. Or 15 years ago, 2008, we started as a company. Have you linked the mic back? Can you guys hear me on Zoom? Can you hear me on Zoom? Or they have to plug it back? Just ask now, wait before you. Yeah, once you have a video, you just remove that and create them. Next. So we're into real estate, e-commerce, agriculture, and so many other industries. We started as a digital marketing firm. Bulk SMS. We used to sell, email marketing. We used to build websites. We've done over 5,000 websites for different companies in Nigeria when we started. But 2015, we went into real estate and real estate took over everything. So we had to literally stop all our tech businesses. But we started back our tech business, small. We have a couple of programmers that are here, and we're building back our tech business again. But I stopped the whole digital marketing tech, and these are some of the business I'll be teaching you about. I stopped because I realized that, and this is another thing you must learn. I'm not sure I'll be teaching you several business opportunities. This is more of an intro anyway, just to see the areas you can invest in. Well, I would advise you to focus on one. And everybody say focus on one. Focus on one. Right. So what I realized that once people start, dissipating their energy, what usually happens is that you don't even succeed in any at the end of the day, right? So you're trying to do e-commerce, you're trying to do Forex, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. And yes, you're talented, you're gifted, I get it. or even with all my own gifting, I had to shut down some of our subsidiaries to focus on one, is when one had grown and we can afford to, build a system, employ enough people, right, that we went back into expanding. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So at the beginning, if you want to try and chase too many things, you will lose everything and you will catch none, not even one. So please do not be greedy and say, okay, I've learned 7 business, I'll start 7. Start with 1. Grow that one to become very strong and have enough resources that you can start employing people, right, to help you run the other ones. Does this make sense? I noticed that a lot of times we that we have who have career background, or go into business where the most greedy employees, right? Remember, and I'm telling the truth, you don't need to get into that state before you confirm what I'm saying. All my very good friends used to work in the bank, and every day he meets me. Oh, I can't wait to leave the bank. Oh, they're just using me. They're just using my time. And we complain and complain. Finally, the bank announced that if you have 40 years and above and you want to retire, they're even going to give you some bonuses. Oh, it was his opportunity to retire. I remember when he asked me, I said, are you sure you're ready? He said, no, I'm ready. They're just using me. Okay. So he got some money, and maybe 7 million Nigerian naira or so. I mean, that was a lot of money there. He felt big man. We started doing a lot of stuff. So the first encounter, I knew this man will succeed as an entrepreneur. I said, well, first staff you need to employ is someone who has a legal background that can help you write proposals, right? That can help you, structure some things so that you can start applying for projects. I said, well, maybe you should budget 50,000, at least employ someone like that. Guess what? All those he found, he said he can only pay them 25,000. He even got one that was willing to take 30,000. He refused to pay. That was the end of such. Now, here's the point. How come you will have taught somebody who felt his former employer was using him? When he became an employer, he would pay well. And plus, he now had the capital. He wasn't even as if he didn't have the money, but he wasn't willing to pay. Right? Of course, the company didn't work out. But here's the point. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you must know that the first thing you have to build is the capacity to be selfless. Everybody say selfless. Selfless. Because what has happened while you were a career person is that it has always been about you. Whether your company make money or not, you want to be paid. Does that make sense? When you become an entrepreneur, that changes. It becomes about the employee. It becomes about having enough to pay them. Am I making sense at all? And remember, there's no guarantee that the business will work in the first 6 months or the first 1 year. It could work, but there's no guarantee. So to be a good entrepreneur, you must know that behind your back of your mind, selflessness has to be there. You also need to know that despite that you now want to start paying people salary, they're going to say bad things about you. Right? You're going to hear some crazy stuff. You're going to be pissed off most of the time. A lot of people who work here at GTEx, when many of them become leaders, like management level, well, you notice some of them become angry people. Okay? Why do they become angry? Because they begin to feel a little aspect of the weight of being a leader. Am I making sense at all? Because it's no longer about good versus bad. No. It's good versus good. Evil versus evil. I gave some of you example today where your option is between, your option as a business owner is between, start with the good ones, right? It's between employing good versus good. Employing 100 people and being able to say, I provided job for 100 people versus employing just 5, but very good. Eh?
5, that's very good.
You are heartless. Okay, but you understand what we're saying now? Between, oh, I've employed 100 people, right? Versus 5 people. Now, you see how both are good. Okay? But those are things you're confronting. Evil is between sacking, right? 5 people so that the remaining 10, right, can have a job in the long term. Versus don't sack at all and keep everybody. And then the whole ship crumble. So those are your options. So I laugh a lot of time when I see people say somebody is wicked, somebody is evil. You haven't tested life. You don't really understand how life works to know that it's not good or bad at a level in leadership. Make sense? It's actually that the chances, the options are becoming tough. So please hear this. Do not become an entrepreneur if your mindset is, oh, I want to own my business, I want to have freedom. You won't have one. I work Sundays to Sundays, including being sick and still having to come and join you today. Huh? Am I making sense at all? But these are realities here. Don't start a business if, I know this is not what you want to hear, but the truth has to be said. Don't start a business if the reason you are starting a business is just so that, hey, I want to be rich and have money. Unfortunately, at the early stage of the business, you're going to be broke. And you're going to be having to pay people when you still need money. Am I making sense at all? You need money. And sometimes it's not sacrifice. I've had to use my children's school fees to pay salary. I've had to sell cars and use the money for the car to pay the salary. Not to do ridiculous stuff. So these are the facts. These are the things you will face. Now, this is different if you are already at the top, and then you got a lot of partners and they release money for you and you can start your business at a big scale. Different story, right? But I'm talking of the typical you're starting from the scratch. So does this not mean you shouldn't start a business? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying be prepared for it. Understand the challenges you're going to face as an entrepreneur. Are we together now? And be ready for it before you what? You jump out. This is the reason why I always advise that if you're really going to be an entrepreneur, make sure you have built an investment that can pay your salary when you used to work. Right? When you have enough investments, are we together now? That is paying your what? Your salary. Then you can resign a regular job and start a business. What this means is that your investment keep paying your salary while you are trying to grow the business. Well, in Dubai now, we spend just for this office alone, well over $4 million dirhams, right? Just this office alone, office space, this, that. In the last week, we opened here in Dubai 2021. Okay? Profit-wise, of course, we've made millions of dollars in sales, but profit-wise, I can assure you, we've not even made the 4 million dirhams. So these are realities. So, are you ready? Next slide. Okay. This is my article on Forbes. You can go read it. It's 6 tips to building your business into an empire. Very good article on Forbes. Next. Okay. My second article here is 5 tips to maximizing real estate investment as a buffer against inflation. So this was, a lot of people are wondering now, do I do real estate because there's heavy inflation? I'm not sure. So the article will tell you a lot of how, real estate can really protect you against inflation. Next. I've received several awards, several doctorates as well. Next, this was Miles University. I believe big in charity, and this is one of the reasons why you should be an entrepreneur. Huh?
Okay, the same suit. He stole it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The suit went to him.
Yeah.
This one or this one? Is it this different? It's different.
Yeah.
Mine is different. Mine is different. But so for me, I believe one of the reasons why you want to be an entrepreneur is to be in a position to help people. Right? For me, when people ask me, so Dr. Stephen, what's your biggest joy when as an entrepreneur? God sees my heart. My biggest joy is making other people's dream come true. I remember one of the interviews they asked me, that was some of your greatest moments. One of my greatest moment was when we had vacation for our staff in Maldives. And, I was in Maldives before them. So I remember, and Maldives is an island, everywhere is an island. So even your hotel, there's no road to your hotel. The hotel has to be around you. So I remember how the team were now coming with their boats. I had to go wait for them at the jetty. And if I had to read my phone, I was recording the joy in their faces. It's okay, please. I'm not sure you have that crowd. You're distracting me. Okay. So I'm not sure. Are we together now? The joy in the faces of my team as they arrive, I was really, really humbled. I was just so excited for them. If I remember, the man beside me had to be asking, he's an Indian man, like, oh, what are they to you? I said, oh, they work with me. I didn't even know he had to start telling everybody in there. Again, it was an island. That this man brought his staff for vacation. He's a good man. He was just, but the joy that the people who work with us, right, are part of the success. Okay, when we had enough to be able to send them on vacation, for me was big. Right. So I keep telling people, you want to be an entrepreneur, know your why. If your why is just about, I want to make money, the road to that is not entrepreneurship. What's the road to that? Who can tell? Huh? Who can guess? The road to being wealthy, you having personal money for yourself and your family. What's the road to that?
You need to learn.
No. Who else? Road to being wealthy for you and your family. Entrepreneurship is not the major, honestly.
Teaching.
No.
You do it.
Investments. Oh, that's the road, is investment. Right? Right? Investment is the road to that. Does that make sense at all? What guarantees that you're going to be a rich man is investment. It's not owning a business. Many businesses never become profitable. Many businesses never make it. Okay, I'll give you a practical example. Microsoft has since lost Bill Gates as the CEO. Why is he still the rich man? What made Bill Gates rich is the shares that he owns in Microsoft. Does that make sense at all? Okay, make it more real. Coca-Cola was not founded by Warren Buffett. Am I making sense at all? But guess who has made more money from Coca-Cola than even the man who founded Coca-Cola? Warren Buffett. Because he invested in Coca-Cola shares. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah.
And several other businesses like that. So I tell people, I say, if you are really serious about, I want to be rich for me and my family, your thinking should be, what are the investment vehicles, right? Savings, insurance, right? Assets, real estate, right? How do I acquire those for myself and my family? If you are thinking the business part, There's nothing wrong also wanting to be rich, nothing wrong with that. And you might, and most likely, if you work hard, will still be rich through owning a business. But if being rich is the priority that move you to business, you will soon get discouraged and that business will be dead. So there has to be something deeper wiring you, right? The fact that, hey, I'm excited when providing jobs for people, isn't it? The fact that somebody of my skin is able to achieve something great. There has to be some deeper, angle to it, because that's what will keep you going in the toughest season of that business. It makes sense? Part of it should be charity. So GTEX as a company, this was our last anniversary. We went to do the food bank in Lagos, and we had this food for widow next. We had tons of widows. In fact, we danced with them. We had a great time, providing food for these people. And it's something we do regularly. We pay tuition fee. We started a $5 million grant to be supporting SMEs in Nigeria, and a lot of stuff we do. So for me, is that the business exists so that you're in a position to be able to really help a lot more people. Make sense? Yes, you should make money, but it shouldn't be the only reason, because trust me, there's more headache in running a business than actually making money. Next. This is my 3 latest books. Only 2 here. Where's the last one? Billionaire Habits for Entrepreneurs. Can I get some of them? The 3 latest book. Billionaire Habits for Entrepreneurs, Billionaire Habits for Pastors. And we also have the last one, next, Billionaire Land Banker. Okay? Powerful books, and I think you should read them. One of the biggest secrets of my life is books. I read, who remembers us? Those of you who work here, you can answer this question. Right? What was the first book I read that changed my life financially? You continue.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, choose one.
I already have the billionaire land banker and the billionaire for entrepreneurs. I have it too.
So
I've got the two. Thank you.
you
So
can
much.
give it to your pastor. Okay. So she's very right. The Rich Dad Poor Dad was one of those books I read first. I was 17, 18. And it changed my life, because I was able to see that whether I'm going to be rich or poor, it has nothing to do with my educational qualification. It has nothing to do with my background. And that whether I'm rich or poor has nothing to do with my background. My being wealthy is simply a function of understanding what an asset is or what a liability is. I should acquire as much asset as I can and let go as much liability as I can. And that book changed my life. I'm here because of that book. So I want to beg you, read books. There's no way, if you have ever authored a book, you know that anybody writing book, even though yes, you make money from writing book, but the real reason has nothing to do with the profitability. Out of 100 people writing a book, probably one will actually make profit from the book. I'm not making sense at all. But we write books so that they can be an extension of us. The author of Rich Dad is an American, right? He believes that somebody in Bashita, Kwara State in Nigeria, right, will ever touch his book, and he or she's life will change forever. The day I hosted the man, I spent almost 30 minutes thanking him for that book. Right. Today now I'm glad that, and this is everything you should do. Many of us don't go back to those whose life and business has touched us and pay them to buy something from them. I've met people who told me, oh, Stephen, I learned so many business from you. I learned real estate from you. And guess what? Now I have 200 plots. You didn't buy one from my company. That's almost like being evil. Those who taught me, including Robert Kiyosaki, I've gone back to pay them for services, not necessarily because I really need the service, but I wanted to be sure that money is going from me to them. We're hosting Dan Locke, this coming week. I don't know if you know Dan Locke. You know Dunlop? You don't know Dunlop? You know him? We're hosting Dunlop on the 18th. And he charged me $25,000. Okay? Now, first of all, we don't even have, I mean, this is today's 10th, right?
Yes.
Right. We have not even sold up to $1,000 for the events we're hosting. Okay. So a lot of times, and this is powerful principle many of us need to pick up. Right. Now, do I know, was I not aware that there's a chance that I may not even sell up to the $25,000 this charging? Yes, I do. Right. But some of the things we do is deeper than just for the money. One, we're building a relationship. Am I making sense with that?
Yes.
We're building a brand. The content is going to be there for forever. But more importantly, is also like if somebody's life and message and teachings has helped you to evolve, go and do business with them. It has a spiritual undertone. Am I making sense with that? You are literally sowing the right seeds. You're literally sowing the right seeds. So please look back and learn to always reach out to people you've learned from and make sure your hand is strapped to them. It goes a long way in changing your life. Next. Are you guys learning, guys? If you're learning, type I'm learning. Those of you on Zoom as well. So this is the last winners of our Stigmatera Foundation grant. They won $5,000 next. This woman also won $5,000. Fina Coconut. Next. So this is our next event. I encourage you to go sign up for it. It's $247 for the Stigmatera University, but today you have an opportunity to register for just either $47 for a month, right? Or is it $447? We have a new promo card. Don't want me confirm from Jamie. I'll be confirmed from Jamie. If it's $447, if you can give the link. Or $447 for a whole year. This year we're going to be having more speakers all over the world training you. And Dunlop even promised not only to teach on that day, we're going to take his time to answer questions from all of the participants about their business, about what they want to do, about how he can be of tremendous help. So this is an event you want to make sure you attend. Like I said, I've made the sacrifice. Many of you on your own couldn't have afforded $25,000 to pay, isn't it? But I've been able to use my platform to bring it. And then you can just pay a token of that of what I paid and still enjoy the entire event. Make sense?
Yes.
Good. Next. So next week, no, is it next week? In 2 weeks' time? No, this is the old slide now. This is the old flyer back. Oh, no, let's go back to that text. No. Forward. So this is the wrong flyer. Where's Joshua? Joshua, I told you this is the wrong flyer. This is supposed to be this today. So this is supposed to be 14th of April. So our next event is 14th of April on this business. So anybody who didn't make it today, you can tell them 14th of April, we're repeating this class here. But we most likely will not do the virtual session because we want it to be physical and work with people who are coming. While we have a new class coming up on the Friday, 24th of March. It's called the Real Estate Investment Masterclass. We're going to be learning a lot about real estate, about opportunity to invest. It's going to be a great time. And I have a special guest joining us. His name is Chief Dele Momodu. I don't know if you want Ghanaians and Nigerians know Chief Dele Momodu. We're going to be hosting him that weekend in Dubai. touring a couple of our properties, and it's just going to be a great time. So you don't want to miss it. But unlike this one, that one you have to pay something. So it's $250. But if you pay on time, you can get 80% discount. So go use this code, CREAMFREE, and you can go next. So let's get started. The first topic out of the 7 topics we're going to be looking at is real estate. Everybody say real estate.
Real estate.
So what is real estate? Property consisting of land and any permanent structure or improvement on the land, whether natural or man-made. And please, next time you're coming from my class, have a note, have a pen, take things down. Okay, it's a lecture, it's not paparazzi. So real estate is land or anything permanent structure or an improvement on the land, whether natural or man-made. First thing you need to know that is that the key elements of real estate is land. And I've seen people get delusional about real estate. What appreciates in real estate is the land. It's not the property. It's the land that appreciates. So, for example, being that Sheikh Road is the longest or biggest express road in UAE. Anything you build in front of Sheikh Zayed Road will go up. So what's appreciating Sheikh Zayed Road is not necessarily the property on it, is what?
Location.
Is the location, the land and where it is standing on. And so when you want to do real estate investment, you have to really ask those questions. What's the land? What's the future of the land? Right now, I'm being asked to come and buy land in Sharjah. I'm really wanting to research what is going to be the future of Sharjah. Where's Sharjah going? I just don't want to go build, Sharjah without understanding really what am I trying to do. However, if it's residential, and if Sharjah I can partner with the government and, Manager, I told you to proceed with this. And if I can partner with the government to create affordable but yet luxury housing, right? Yes, I should go ahead and do Sharjah. Because a lot of people a lot of people work in Dubai but live in Sharjah. Because they believe that it's more affordable. I think they feel it's quieter, right? Compared to, is it quieter?
Yeah.
It's quiet. Okay, so same thing with Abu Dhabi. People want Abu Dhabi is very calm, quiet, relaxing. And so you see more people in Abu Dhabi because of that opportunity. So I've always said that people should take advantage of real estate. However, always think of the land first. Any property, don't deceive yourself about, I like the shape of the building. Ask yourself, on what land is this property sitting? Because if the land is good, even if the property is bad, the money should do something better. The land is the real deal that you're selling. Make sense? Next. So let's look better deeper now, real estate. Understanding so one of the things I try to teach in my advanced class, also like I said earlier, today's class is just about 3 hours, is to guide you with like an intro into each of these businesses. If you now want to go further, where should you go? You can guess where you should go. Yeah? Mentorship through the Sinatra University I showed you earlier. So we have tons and tons of courses done, right? But further breaks down all of this. So, but what we're doing now is guiding you to know what. I've always advised that always invest in the knowledge of the business before investing in the what?
Business.
You heard me. So I've had, and this has saved me from being scammed. You need to know how many people reach out to me everything. But to Stephen, have this new business. Go. Right? So I say, oil. You're just making money like this. So, I know what I always tell them. I do not invest in businesses I don't understand. My golden rule, before I put my money, I don't now mind spending $100,000 just to learn about it. I don't care. right? But I must understand it before my money goes in. Are we learning at all?
Yes.
Unfortunately, why many of us lose and even struggle to succeed in business is because we're not practicing this. You know what most of us do? We'll put our money first, lose the money,
Then go and check.
and then it's at that point we're not looking for who can teach us. See, I've done this Forex thing, I've lost money, money.
Crypto.
YouTube. So by the time you now are willing to learn, what happened? You don't have money anymore. You have to be disturbing someone like me and say, they scammed me 2001, 2002. Like, how is that my problem? Right? So invest in the knowledge first. Now, what are the things you need to focus on when it comes to real estate? You need to understand what real estate is all about. Number two, how to build real estate assets with equity loan. If for those of you who are watching this and you're in the US and the UK, and you are not a millionaire from real estate, honestly, I think you deserve some beating. Honestly, do. And I mean, right? Because these are environments where I can get, right, 90%. With 10% deposit, I can get a whole property, right?
Yes.
And not just that, the property now appreciates, and I can still pull out what I appreciated. This is a country where, oh, Jesus, I wish Dubai is like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
By now, I've been working like this. You know? Okay. So in the UK, for example, one of the strategies we teach that you can use in the UK, you can go get a property that, you know, is bad, not doing well, nobody can even live in the property. Let's assume the property is 3-bedroom. And you get permission to remodel the entire property from 3-bedroom to 6 to 8-bedroom. Now, first thing is, for the repair, you can get a loan. Am I making sense at all? For buying the bad property, you can get a loan. So technically, at the end of the day, when the property is now, so you get a loan to repair it. Once you repair it, what happens? The value of the property now goes up. You now go to the bank and get money for the new valuation, pay back all the other loans, every single debt on it, including the initial deposit you made, and then you now start getting rent every month for the rest of your life. Not just that, you can even get an insurance that if the tenant does not pay, you still get the rent. And yet you live in the UK, you're a resident or you're a citizen, and you say UK is not working.
It's working.
Right? So again, it goes back to the knowledge. Am I making sense at all? So if you are in places like the UK, US, Canada, and you're using your money to do real estate, you're missing. You need a mentor. Because these are worlds where it's the equity that works. Just use debts. The more debt you have, the smarter you are. Right? You have to use debt to become a billionaire. Look at Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone is worth $8 billion in real estate, right? In terms of his own money that he put in, it's way less than 500 million. Everything has been equity, debt. Number 3, how to source for real estate deal. So one of the things you must learn about real estate is how do you source for a good deal? Because it's all about the deal. It's all about the right deal. The right deal means wealth. We helped some of our clients to invest in Shoba. And right now, they already have over 20% capital appreciation. Right? Because Shoba is right. Sometimes you are even dealing with certain projects, but maybe the location, maybe the developer, right, means that you are making a big mistake. That project will make sense. Now, Mark made those mistakes in years past, and they are smarter now. The way that Mark does their development now, you know that obviously the value, the capital appreciation will be doing better over into the future. So you must know, how do I source the right deal? What are the factors? What are the key things involved? Because of time, let's keep moving. Understand how real estate works, recognize how to use rent, value, yield, risk, and return. Okay? What's the difference between yield and rent? Anybody? Yield and rent. Anybody? Or let me say capital. Let me even make it easy. What's the difference between rental income and capital appreciation? A lot of you are doing real estate. Let me see. Oh, Jesus. Now you're wondering why you're not selling. Eh? Now you're wondering why you're not selling. Yes. Huh?
Well, rental income is the money you get on a monthly, year, or quarterly basis. But appreciation is when you buy property for $1 million and you sell it for $10 million. So the value of the property has actually gone up. So you get more money.
Who think is right? Raise your hand. You think is right?
I was going to say the same thing.
You think is wrong? Raise your hand. If you are in the middle. So, well, the answer is that he's right. So rental income is the rent you get on a property, monthly or quarterly or yearly. Capital appreciation is the increase in value of a property from the time you buy it to this present time that you're trying to either evaluate or sell it. Now, why is this important when you're dealing with investors? Right, these are things they will ask you, okay, okay, what this house you say I should buy? What's the capital appreciation? What is rental yield? Even if you're doing that, you're trying to resell it. If you can't calculate the rental yield, you won't even know the right price you're supposed to sell it. Capital appreciation is also important. Why is rental yield important? When you tell me what's the rental yield, then I can calculate how many years will I wait to recover the initial amount I used to buy the property. Does that make sense to talk? So sometimes you hear us say, when it comes to property, so the ROI is 7%. So how did we come about that? What we're saying is that the value you bought that property, right? You are getting 7% of that on a yearly basis from same property. So it's easy for you to calculate and say, okay, there's a period of X amount of time, I'll be done getting back my money that I used to buy the property. Make sense?
Yes.
Understand how to use current affairs, politics, economics affects real estate. So, for example, we will have packed up the floor for proper analysis because we were scared after Expo 2020 Dubai will probably crash. Right? But again, we're analyzing that there's a World Cup. So it's okay, let's wait till November and see what happens. After World Cup, it's still not crashing. Of course, Ukraine played a role in that, right? The Ukraine-Russia war, because that brought in a lot of guys in that sector. Are we learning at all?
Yes.
Good. So you have to be able to analyze those things, politics and how it affects. Lastly, how to use social media and network to fund your personal real estate investment. A lot of you here want to, but first of all, how many property, anybody here owns a property? You own your own property. Nobody.
Old person.
You own here in Dubai.
Here.
You bought a property of your own. Jesus. So how many of you have a plan to own one in the next 24 weeks? If wishes are house. Okay. In the next 24 months, how many of you want to work? Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what? I mean, if you know that the only reason you don't have a house in Dubai is because you don't want it.
How?
Yes. You wish it, but wishes don't do anything. Oh, when you really want something, excuse dies. As long as you're still giving excuses, you're not ready. The day you really want something, the excuse for not getting it dies. I met a lady who happened to be my fitness instructor. And she, incidentally, the time she started taking me on fitness was the time she joined real estate. And in 1 month, I saw this lady sell $17 million worth of things. Everyone say 17 million. Dirhams, sorry, not dirhams. Right, in 1 month. If I remember, I'm the one coming out of that. Madam, I've been in this industry long. Chill. So one day I asked her, I said, what is firing you up? He said, my mother's son. Right? Well, you know, we're in an abusive relationship. My dad used to beat my mom to people. We went through hell. And I vowed that this year will not end until I buy my mom the house. Hey! The day she closed $17 million, she went back to the office and started calling me a beast. Right? You are not ready. All this, you know, things are tough. You're not ready. When you are ready, all the excuses you've been given, they what? They die. Like you literally are like, don't be moving. One target, you've seen blood. And blood must drop. So a lot of time we wish, and like I said, wishes don't get anything done. Well, wishing. I wish to be rich. It's the same thing that happened to me. Right? The year my mom died was the year I saw the Lord. Because that was the year of my excuses died. When the house, for days we didn't have food. My older brother's wife was pregnant. Like all of us in the house, no food, and my mom left 5 kids. Right? You know, poverty has a way of opening up your medulla brain. You don't know. Your brain opened. Some of you have job, you can say you blame it on your employer. You blame it on yourself. Right? So I woke up desperate, started selling bulk SMS from one school to the other. I was literally trekking. I was so bad that to even get back, because the distance was so far, I must sell really to eat that day and to get back home. Because I mean, I've already trekked long distance to each of these schools, so I can't trek it back home. So if I still say it today, that some of those who patronized me, that they pitied me. I'm not going to say that they were convinced I had a good service or product. They must have looked at my face and said, oh boy, if you don't patronize the guy, oh boy, young man. Right? So you must understand how to use social media. I have been able to build over $100 million worth of real estate assets, and largely through social media. You must be able to make people trust you. People are not doing business with you because they don't trust you. Am I making sense at all? They don't what? They don't trust you. So you have to invest in how do I get people to trust me? And there's a science around it. You know, remember, life is about perception, not about reality. So even though you're trustworthy, if you don't present and package and make people see that you're trustworthy, then it won't work. Oftentimes when people do business with me and I'm begging them to give up testimonies, I don't want people to know. I said, but you're not helping my business. Because until they hear from you, that you actually bought property from me, and I deliver it to you, right? And I did not disappear with your money, more people will not trust me. Does that make sense at all? So a lot of us have good businesses, we're doing well, and we just think people should know. They don't know that way. Tell your customers, please say something about what I've done. Even those of you are employees here, why did you get a letter of recommendation when you're going to a new company? Because the former company required that letter as a proof that they can trust you. Are we learning at all?
Yes.
So part of it is also show what you sell. I remember one particular man, very controversial. You know, people hate him because they think he flaunts, he shows things. So one day he saw my show, the investment chat in a Rolls Royce. You know, I was just saying, but you flaunt as well. Why are you not controversial? Why don't you? So I said to him, it's because of me, I show my hustle. You don't. I show people what I do. They see the day I go buy land. They see the land I'm selling. They see the day I'm, marketing this. We don't know what you sell. We just see you in big cars and big houses and this. So I'm not controversial because people can put the math together. They're probably wondering why I don't have private jet yet. Right? Because they can analyze what I do. Am I making sense at all?
Yes.
But in your case, we just see you flashing. We're wondering, what are you doing? So understand that social media can be used to enhance your value, and you can use it to do OPM. Everybody say OPM.
OPM.
Other people's what?
Money.
I don't care who in the world we are talking about. Nobody came to this world with money. And every money every man owns belongs to somebody else. So the money you have, and that's why you should be angry with poverty. Huh?
Yes.
The money you have is a reflection of the trust people place on you. If you are broke, it means people don't trust you. At least you haven't made them do so. Are we learning?
Yes, sir.
Am I too hard? Huh?
No.
Are you sure? So when I meet people and they're talking about capital for business, I'm just smiling. Like there's no such thing. There's no such thing. If I want to raise 100 million, I've done it before. 100 million in matter of weeks, I've done it before, and it came. The only problem is that will I handle the challenges too? Which is why now I'm building mobile apps for a lot of what we do. So most of our investment, people wonder why you can't even invest with our company if except you have 15 million, now we're changing to 20 million. It's because if I take 500,000 from people, I just have this bunch of people who are going to be disaster for me very soon. Right? One of them will lose somebody and wants the 500,000 now. And it was investment. Right? The money was supposed to have been used to what? To do something. Now you want it back. How do I pay you back? So I've kept my own reputation because I had to strategize how to even get the money. I literally controlled. A lot of people, once they feel they have the reputation and people trust them, what do they start doing? Just start collecting the money without asking themselves what the consequences. Right, so we kept making sure the minimum amount you could invest with us is a bit higher, just to have, so that the class of people that are coming to us are people who are very exposed, they are wealthy. This is disposable income for them. It's not their whole entire life savings. Am I making sense at all?
Yes.
The question is that are we not going to help the poor? We'll help the poor once we can automate it. So, which is why the GVS app was important, and you didn't know how much we're losing not having that app ready. Because every day we're having people say, I want to invest with you, but I don't have this heavy money, right? But we wanted to only go lower when we have an app, because with the app, you don't call and chat me up on Facebook. And I can be that way. I can literally block you. I'm very, I'm not ashamed to say I block you. Fortunately. Some people want to prove to the world they are nice. I'm not one of them. I've never had a need to want to show you I'm nice. I'm just not that kind of person. I am just. I care. Right? But if I need to tell you the honest truth, I'm going to tell you. So if you're going to badge on my phone and disturb me about money, I'm going to block you and I have no reservation. Because my peace of mind is more important to me than any kind of money business. My sanity, my mental health is more what? Important to me. I'm one of the few guys that can walk on the street of Nigeria despite how wealthy I am. And there's no issue. Right? Because I've built my life that way. I've made sure most people I've worked with, I've done with the best intention of mind. I put together now. And I wanted the kind of wealth where it comes with goodwill. You know, there's some wealthy people that if you mention their name, people say, right, but I wanted the kind of wealth that had a good name with it. And I'm grateful to God I've enjoyed that. Make sense? So you can build the same. But leverage on social media, build wealthy networks. Some of you don't even know how to be rich in the relationship. How do I become a friend of a rich man? Value. Okay, value. Move also with another fellow rich man. Okay. So these are powerful things. There are some people who started dealing with me, in other words, trusted me when they started seeing me dealing money. So brand rub off on brands. Does that make sense? There are some people who will chat you up today just because they saw your picture with you and I. You know the man? Right? One of my staff was telling me, a former staff, that we had an event in last year, and then he was wearing our t-shirt in Ondo State, one of the states in Nigeria. And this guy said, "Oh, that's my mentor." So he just forget that I used to work with him. Right? So brand rub off on what? On brand, right? And that's why you want to be, if you want to build wealth, knowing that, remember, OPM, for OPM to work for you, you must rub off on other credible brands. That's why today, I hear this and write this down. 4 people go to work. Rich people build network. So the work of rich people is what? To build quality relationship. The work of poor people is to go to work. Pick your choice. And those are a lot of poor people that I meet in my life. They would rather spoil the relationship because of money. Rich people I've met would rather lose money to keep a good relationship. Yeah, and I'm that way as well. To keep a good relationship, get the money. Make a lot, man. I had one of my former PRO who used to do our license. Literally extorting me 17,000 dirhams. How much is money? Can keep it. Right. The day we met, they give him the money. He was not playing nice. Just shaking my head. Right. But that's a poor man right there. That's a problem. Because ultimately, what makes you wealthy is other people's money. So if you keep screwing people, it's a matter of time. Am I making sense at all?
Yes.
You will never be able to attract enough of other people's wealth to become very wealthy. Right? Because you've been screwing everyone. And you build a reputation, and people get to know that this person is just, he will do anything for money. He will do anything for money. Anything. So next. Oh, we're out of time. So for real estate, you have to think cash flow, equity, hedge against inflation, leverage, funds, tax advantages, appreciation. These are a lot of what real estate will do for you. These are a lot of the benefits why you must invest in real estate. Next. Okay. What is the special characteristics of real estate and other sources: fixed location, uniqueness, interdependence of the land uses, long life, long-term commitment, large transaction, long gestation period. These are the advantages of land. Okay, next. So one of the major ways to start your real estate investment journey, if you don't have huge capital, is to be an athlete. I must say be an athlete. It's okay. What happens when you're an athlete is the following thing is required, because you are the middleman between a potential customer and what? And the product. The product can be a house, the product can be a land, right? And then you have this potential person. Now you must have three things: audience, authority, and trust. These three things are very, very important, okay, and needed for you to be able to start your real estate journey here. So a lot of us who are wealthy today in real estate, we actually started by being an affiliate of companies that sell real estate, right? And as we are getting returns, we're now putting those returns into our own. Am I making sense at all?
Yes.
And a lot of rich people today, that's how they became rich. A lot of rich people. A lot of rich people. In fact, I don't just want to say all rich people. Let me ask you a question. How many software did Bill Gates invented? Bill Gates. Really? You were there. What if I told you Bill Gates has never invented this? Including the initial one he sold to IBM. His mom worked with IBM, right? IBM needed a particular, they wanted it because computer was as big as this home in those days. And IBM was in charge. They needed an operating software that would make that smaller. So they needed the concept. I don't think you know Dix. Remember Dix?
Yes.
Yeah, so they needed that. And what did Bill Gates did? He went to research, he met a particular man, he came up with that thing. Ask the man what he wanted. And this is why you must understand that a lot of mental work goes into doing mental. The man said $150,000. And this is why you can never be rich if you are only about the immediate. What can I get to do? Right? Nobody becomes rich. You have to think long term. So the man said $150,000. No, that's beautiful. Remember what IBM said was that they wanted to buy it. So they went back to IBM and said, yes, I can sell you this thing. Right? However, I'm not really selling it. You just give me a down payment of $50,000 and then royalty on everyone that is so. For IBM, that's a good thing. First of all, if you are saying you wanted $1 million, they will have given it. But it made sense to them that, oh, 50,000, then you'll be getting a cut on everyone. So Bill Gates actually became rich by getting patent. It's a great something. Today, every single transaction you send from your account to anywhere else, Bill Gates gets a cut. It's the software that runs it. Are we learning today?
Yes.
Are we sure we're learning?
Yes.
So a lot of wealthy people, and this is where many of us miss, their secret really wasn't that they owned the products. They became a middleman. What did Bill Gates do? Was the middleman. The same thing. Elon Musk, richest man in the world. Did he start Tesla? No. Did he start SpaceX? No. Are we learning?
Yes, sir.
You see why you should have paid for this course. Which is why even me, still like inside. This year I'm starting my venture capitalist company. Because I'm working hard. Too hard. Somebody else has come with me. Very good invention. He needs money. Let me give him the money. He does all the work. He's the CEO. and I just get a cut. That's a way better life. Okay? Trust me, if you have been a CEO for 50 years like I have been, it's a lot of work. Are we together now?
Yes.
Better off helping other CEOs getting some portion of their company. So, being the middleman, again, is a secret to becoming extremely wealthy. But you must have audience. So, who's your audience? You must have authority. You must have trust. Every successful person must create these 2 things. We must have an audience. We must have an audience. One of the things we are going to be doing even after this event, we are creating communities. So all of you, make sure you join the WhatsApp group we're creating. We're creating a WhatsApp group for this as our community of people who are trying to learn businesses and become entrepreneurs and build wealth. And particularly those of you in Dubai want to say how we can keep supporting you. All of it won't be free, please. If you like free things all the time, please avoid it. Right? Because it's a selfish way to live life. You should always think, give, and think. That's the mindset that you should have. In fact, one of the things I do when I go for trainings that are free, and I'm telling my true story, I make sure I don't leave there until I patronize them. No matter what is the small product they sell. Because I understand that everything of value comes at a cost. There's a cost for this hall. Right? This hall goes for 2,000 dirhams every 2 hours. Right? There's a cost for the facilitator training. There's a cost we even have refreshment for you. There's a cost. There's a cost for the Zoom platform. We did paid adverts to get all of you in here. There's a cost that was used to do the advert. Because you didn't just see this by chance. An advert was done. So in life, and this is part of this principle to becoming rich, always make sure value goes in exchange for anything you get. And it has, again, this has also saved me from being scammed. That's why today, if you come to me and say, don't you think they scam me? I'm like, oh, did they really scam you on your greedy? Which one? Right? Because they have thrown something at you. Does that make sense at all? That look like free lunch. You don't need to pay anything. I love you. Just get it for free. And you grabbed it. Right? That's why I play victim. Right? If you want the same thing even in relationship. Right? Marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh, he's the perfect husband. He's caring. And why do women always use that word, caring? And then the most used word women use, nice. He's such a nice guy. Why do women use that word, nice? Okay? And they're only to marry her. This is a monster. Okay? So, you will always save yourself trouble if you understand that there's always a cost. Why? I've been married for over 10 years. The only reason I'm still married is because I was not delusional when I got married. I knew my wife wasn't perfect. And I knew exactly what was wrong. I knew I wasn't also perfect. And both of us agreed on the imperfection, and we agreed to make it work this like that. But all this, I'm going to get something perfect. Same thing with career. You see people moving from one career to the other because they are looking for that perfect company. I'm sorry. They employed you to make the company perfect. Don't you get it? They don't need you if it's already perfect. Why are you there? The reason you employ is to make the company perfect. That's why you're there. Make it good. Make it what you want it to be. Are we learning at all?
Yes.
So to do well in real estate, you must have these 3 things. Here's what I then advise. If you don't have the audience, if you don't have the authority, if you don't have the trust, One of the things you must have in this our job is this, the audience. Because the authority you can get from someone, the trust you can get from someone, and I'll give a practical example. On your own, trying to sell real estate in Dubai is difficult. Do you agree? Yes or no? On your own. Even though you are a broker, but it's still difficult. But do you agree that if you partner with GTech Sons and the day the client comes, you bring them to this office first and say, this is the company I work with. Just by seeing a very structured organization, what has happened? Trust and authority already has been confirmed to you. Am I making sense at all? So the only thing you actually brought is what? Audience. And this is why many of you have not made money in the real estate sector, particularly here in Dubai. And there's so much money to make. Because when the clients visit, instead of looking for a company to partner with, so that they will not see you as an individual. Yeah, they will be your cousin, they will have known you from your country. Let them see a company, right? And not what? An individual. Because people are not dummies. They know what it means. And these properties are not that cheap in Dubai. You have average of $380,000 to $1 million and more, right? And then I'm just counting on just the fact that you are an individual. No. What if something happens to you? What if something goes wrong? There are some of our clients who bought some of our property in Shobat, or not in Shobat, Wave Town. Remember, one of them just reached out to me. I didn't even know he's a client. So I bought Wave through you. The property is ready. Will you guys be willing? I'm not in Dubai. Will you be willing to go and help me inspect it and let me get tenants? With pleasure. So do you think he didn't have it at the back of his mind when he was buying that? I hopefully will have to still rely on these people, right? To help me manage the company, get tenants, make sure my money is sent back to me. And I trust them that they will also send the money back to me. We learning? Yes. Are we sure? Yes. Good. So who's ready to do this? You see how simple it is. Right. So we have a program we can take advantage of with us at GTech. Just bring the audience. Leave the trust and the authority to us. You know somebody they want to buy property, bring them to this office. And you still get commission. 50-50. Whatever we're getting as the commission, you get half of it. Yet we will help you close the entire deal. Use your vehicle to take them to inspection, follow them up, do all the work. The only thing you're doing is just bring them to this office and say, this is the company I work for. And one of our team will be approached, we will work with them. And you also need to understand the advantage of diversification, right? If you are, from Africa, right? And your client is an African, you're better off coming to a company and let them introduce the person to maybe a Filipino. Am I making sense with that? It's literally increased the trust level. I hope you know that. Yeah. Than if you still knew yourself. So you must understand those dynamics. I know a client, for example, which is an Indian, right? And wanted to buy property from us. And Abby felt, since she's an Indian, I think it was this Farouk side you added to the list. You need to see how she was shouting. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust. Get him up. Sorry. Like she felt, okay, you're an Indian. We have a staff who is an Indian. Okay, maybe join. No, you. Okay. So sometimes you'll be shocked that people sometimes trust other race aside their own race. I've met some people who told me, and I was shocked when they said that. I only trust Africans. I don't trust my Indian. Really? That's a new one. Back at home, people don't trust Africans. Yeah. And the guy said, they'll be honest with you. What you get. Really? If I had to pretend like he was saying the truth, I agree with you. I can't argue more. So there's always that element and that advantage. Yeah. Are you happy about it?
Yes.
Good. Next. Next is called affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is basically using, and this is not always in the real estate sector. Every company has an affiliate. Samsung has an affiliate. Apple has an affiliate. A lot of you may not know. Right? Rolls Royce has an affiliate. What other thing? Shopify. E-commerce, yeah. Have affiliate. Amazon has affiliate. So beyond the normal affiliates of our real estate, in real estate, we don't even call it affiliate. We call it, what do we call this in real estate? More of partners, more of referral, right? But affiliate marketing is one of those business models where it's still similar to what I've taught earlier, but you are able to use a referral link to attract customers, right? And you earn from it. And virtually everything being sold, from softwares to products, have affiliate options. And if you can only begin to think of those models, I promise you can start building gradual residual income. Right? Because many of the things you use, so here's the assignment I'll give you under this. Make a list of 10 things you use the most, right? And figure out the affiliates of those things. I will together now and start making money from them. I'll give you an example. And there's a dimension to doing affiliate. I should note this. It's a deep secret. I use perfume. I love good perfumes. So my wife said I use too much. I just spray it in. I should not spray it. I'm starting a perfume company. And can I shock you that? Yes. And can I shock you that that perfume company I'm starting is actually not necessarily my company as it were. And somebody is doing every damn thing. Doing the whole thing. And the only thing I'm adding is my name. And again, using my audience. Now making a good income from that. Right. Are we together now?
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot of what you use, some of you use to make the ladies, use hair. Right? What do you love using the most? Figure out a way you can start an affiliate business around it. Where, when I say affiliate, somebody else has spent money to have the machine that produces this things. Spend money to have I'm not making sense with them. Sometimes I call them co-packers. All you are just doing is put your brand on it. Again, this is why the word audience earlier is important. Because this won't do well if you don't have audience. Like the first pieces we have to order is 500 pieces. Now, if you don't have good audience to buy 500 from you, you're in trouble, eh? Right? But the good news is that from that 500 pieces, we're going to be making profit of over $20,000. Doesn't that make sense? Right? So, next. This next. Back. So in our referral program here in Dubai, London will give 1%, Dubai will give 2%, depends. Sometimes we give more than 2%, depending on what the developers give us, but it's 50-50 now. Nigeria will give 10, 3, 2, but we give 10% online. Next. For houses, we give 5% if you sell any of our houses in Nigeria. Next. So next business is e-commerce. I'm sorry, I might not be able to take the entire 7 courses. So next time we're doing this class, we'll continue. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay, because of time and even like I said, I've been a bit down. So when some of you didn't show up earlier, I didn't cancel the class before I started shouting like, oh, people are coming. Like, and by the way, please don't come late for my class anymore. I just don't be late. 3 is 3 for me. Make sense? Yes, sir. So what is e-commerce? E-commerce It caters to trading in goods and services through electronic medium, such as internet, mobile, or any other network. It involves the use of information and communication technology and electronic fund transfer in making commerce between B2C, C2B, B2B, or C2C, G2C, G2B, C2G, B2G, and G2G. Who can tell me all the G2G, C2C?
G is government. G government. So it's business to customer or client, customer to business, business to business, customer to customer, government to customer, government to business.
Beautiful. So I'm happy you know. So C stands for customer, B stands for business, G stands for what? Government, right? So basically, e-commerce is the process of trading, but electronic trading, right? So you cannot say you're doing e-commerce except it's electronic. A website exists, somebody can go there, can buy something, and that something is shipped to him or her anywhere he or she is in the world. Does this make sense at all? Yes. Now, the beauty about e-commerce, a couple of factors if you want to do e-commerce. Number one is niche. Everybody say niche. So you have to focus on a particular niche. You cannot just start e-commerce and say you're selling everything. No. Focus on a niche. Are you going to be selling shoes? Are you going to sell perfume? Are you going to be selling glasses? Are you going to be selling wristwatches? Focus on it. The money is in the niches. A lot of people who try to do this business fail because they didn't have a niche. Right? So they want to be selling every single thing available. The only way to do that was it's called what's it called? There's a word for that. When you are selling everything. Dropshipping. Right? The only way you do that is if you're doing dropshipping. And for you to do dropshipping, I think, is even way more complex and more difficult. And the profit margin is way lesser, right? Compared to what? Compared to e-commerce. So, who can tell me one of the most best niche to do e-commerce? Anybody? And why? Yes.
The evergreen niche.
Okay, what is evergreen niche?
These are things that people cannot do it at most times, and they are commonly and practically used every time. So it's always
Like, so give us an example.
For example, if we come down to the ladies in terms of cosmetics and beauty, we've got things like eyelashes. Girls can most times cannot do without eyelashes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
But aside that they can't do without eyelashes, why is eyelashes special? You know, why will an eyelashes be profitable? Precious is telling to say it.
Because in terms of calculations, in terms of importations and deliveries, sometimes the measurement concerning like the weight.
Beautiful, that's what I want to hear. So for e-commerce to work for you, particularly, one is the niche, second is to look for low weight. Okay, because we've seen that again, that people want to buy a product is not always the reason that you should sell it. For example, a lot of people want to buy phones, they want to buy laptops. When you look at the weights, because remember this e-commerce, they're probably you're buying from China or you're buying from Turkey. So if the weight is heavy, it eats up your profit. Does this make sense at all?
Yes.
So, but if you can get towards, trading products, that's why if you're doing phone accessories, you make more money than if you're doing phone. Yes. Right, because phone accessories is all these Screen cover, right? So you have screen lashes, you have all this cover. They are not weighty, isn't it? And yet you can sell, make cool money. I have one of our students, single order, the minimum order she does is 20 million. In a whole year, she can do up to 200 million in transaction. Okay, thank you. Right? Tell him I've seen it. Tell him I've seen it. So, are we together now? So it's important that we, just give me a second. So it's important that we look at low weight product. What else? E-commerce. To do a profitable e-commerce business. What else? Can you consider? Yes.
The amount you buy against how much you sell. Yes, so you have to look at the profit margin also, and the amount you capital you use to also start.
And some of you wondering why she's the only one answering the question.
It's read most of your books.
No, it's in my coaching program. Right. See the difference. Knowledge is power. Yeah. And oftentimes, when we do trainings like this, I was say join coaching. You are, you just want to collect our money. I think that the truth is that only those who train will reign in life. It's just the way life is. Sometimes people ask me, why with this confidence? There's knowledge, sir. Knowledge. There's nothing else. Right? It's knowledge. When you have certain depth of knowledge, you'll just be bold. There's a boldness that comes because you have the data, you have the fact. Right? You have the facts, there are things you know. There's a level of boldness that comes with you, with what you do, with how you talk. Right? And it's not because you're arrogant. A lot of times, some of us use religion as a cover up, right, for our incompetence and mediocrity. Have you listened to Sheikh Al-Maktoum talk about where Dubai will be? How many times did you hear him say Inshallah in those writers? Because he's not waiting on God. So one time is by God's grace. You're just using religion to cover your mediocrity. Right? So maybe God will do it. But if you really know your job, you know what to do. UAE knows what to do to achieve the new 10-year goal. It's not, so we're not praying, we're not something, we know what we're going to do. We've set a course, right? When the economy crashed 2008, I remember his interview. So we're bouncing back, bigger, better. Right? Of course, they were, people were saying, what would they say before? But did they not bounce back? Is it not bigger? When you have data. So please, guys, don't rush into owning a business, right? Get the information, pay for training, right? And get the training. It's needed. How much did you pay for a coaching?
I was fortunate. You gave us the discounts during the holiday Christmas promo. So it was about 3,590 dirhams. It was the promo I took advantage of.
Congratulations. Was it worth it?
Yes, sir.
Will you recommend anyone to do it?
Yes, sir.
You're sure?
Yes, sir. I'm still on the
Okay. But what you've enjoyed so far is worth it.
Yes.
Good. So you say I don't need to market you anymore. Next. So e-commerce, basically, one of the things basically you need to know about e-commerce, and for those of you joining the coaching, you're going to be learning is understanding the nature of e-commerce, knowing and understanding the critical success factor in implementing e-commerce as a system, knowing how to plan, how to manage e-commerce solutions, analyzing the human technological part of it, knowing how to use technology to build websites, explaining technology and how to advance, knowing the right niche that you can go into. So what she was telling about evergreen niche, right? You need to know it, because people just rush into e-commerce and they don't even know what niche is selling, what niche are people buying, right? It's just like you're in Dubai and you don't know how many properties is being sold, right? You need to know that there are certain products that move like that. You will never, lack customers. And if you go into those niche, you're going to be fine. And what's powerful next slide about e-commerce is that you don't even need to go for the fancy product. I know a guy who's a billionaire by selling bedroom slippers. Like, e-commerce is such that the things that you end up making you rich is not even what you think should make you rich. Am I making sense at all? Yeah. But of course, you need to go through next. You need to go through all of that to know which one works and which one you're going to go for. So these are just some data in terms of e-commerce spending, across Nigeria 2014, Africa projected to have 75 billion in e-commerce transaction by the year 2025. And this is how to become successful in business. Always ask yourself, where is the money going? And go and position yourself there. So, and it's been my secret in business. I look at myself and say, okay, where is the money going? People thought I went into land business by mistake. No. The data show me Lagos will be the largest city in the world. In fact, Nigeria is going to be hosting 4 of the largest cities in the world by the next 78 years. So what have I done? I've just started buying land and positioning myself. My children will kiss my picture when I'm long dead. Great grandchildren. Good grandpa. Our grandpa laid the foundation upon which we are treading today. Will your children and great children say the same about you? It's your choice, guys. It's a choice. It's a choice. Next. Okay. We can go on and on types of e-commerce. Again, this is also very important. When you want to do e-commerce, you need to know, am I trying to do B2B? Am I doing wholesale? So the people buying from me are those who are also trying to resell to others, right? Am I doing what? B2C. Am I doing B2G? One of my students works with a lot of, she's based in Abuja, works with a lot of the government parastatals and big project and the printing, this, that. So you must know where you're going, one niche, what category of e-commerce you're going into, and position yourself. But please don't just go because everybody's going. Get training, get mentorship. Remember what I said? Today's training is to give you an intro. These are the opportunities. Which one do you want to go? Make sense? Yeah. Next. Cryptocurrency. So, want to go? Let's read it. A digital or virtual currency is secured by cryptography and based on network that distributes across a large number of computers. Next. Right? Cryptocurrencies, the new world of what? Digital assets. So we have a couple of factors here. Blockchain technology, the rise of what? Bitcoin. Buying and using Bitcoin and altcoins. Who knows the meaning of altcoin? Alternative coins, the different from Bitcoin, right? Introduction into what? Cryptocurrency exchange. Securing your wallets and digital assets, setting up your wallets, advanced trading tools, mining crypto, generating income and running nodes, the best know-how. Now, one of the things when I come to crypto, and this is also why I've never lost money in crypto, is the fact that I don't do businesses without getting a partner. Right, so all my investment in crypto has always been through somebody else that is doing it and is successful at it. When you take a cut, I don't mind. Like I said, many of us have failed because we just greedy. Nobody else must take from me. Why? I must take it all to myself. Okay? And that's why people lose money. We're about to launch NFT. I already have a couple of guys positioned to help us with the launch. One is already asking for 10%, trying to negotiate. But I don't mind paying something for somebody to bring some expertise. Are we together now?
Yeah.
And this is the mindset you must have once it's business. I remember for the NFT, someone was asking, you know, oh, we need to create a wallet. Only you have access. I said, now I'm not doing that. Because I'm building a company. What if I die tomorrow? They say, oh, he died with the login.
That's the way
He died with the login to $100 million worth of. Come on. What? That's pure nonsense. Right? And some of us don't trust nobody. Everybody's a thief. I don't trust anybody. They're gonna go with my money, yeah. Are we learning again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I wish I were learning.
Yes, sir.
Good. So, but is cryptocurrency dead? My answer is no. Should you invest in it? My answer is yes. Should you put all your money in it? My answer is no. Right? My answer is diversify your what? Your income. Because cryptocurrency, Forex, high risk investment. What was a high risk investment?
Investment.
One more time. So the concept around high risk investment is, and this is very powerful, is that never put all your investment assets in them. Let there be a portion of your money going into them, and you pull out your profit, right? Once you make them. So for us, NFT, for example, that we're going into is an opportunity. So we're backing all our NFT with land. So technically, we're using the NFT to raise funds for our project. So as people are investing, we're withdrawing, we're buying more land. Right? We'll put some of the assets in gold, but it's not just to leave it there and be waiting. Because when it comes to high risk investment, if you wait, you waste. Right? So you go in when everybody's scared, you pull out when everybody's excited. So I'm excited to go into NFT now and all of this thing because I know that most likely the world is going to bounce back by 2024. Strongly bounce back. Right? And all these coins are going to go off the roof. So you want to buy now. Don't, and again, people will never listen. They are always only wanted to buy when they feel everybody's buying. And the reason is the more reason for poverty. Rich people always go against the clock. Against the clock. Right? I knew some of the tech companies would start having issues when I saw Warren Buffett selling some of his tech shares. And when did he sell his tech shares? When all of you are excited. Oh, IBM shares, Facebook shares, Google shares as reason. And what was Warren Buffett doing? Gradually, he was selling his thing. Okay? Pulling out before the thing crashed. Now, how much has Facebook lost? How much has Apple lost? How much is all these guys? So, but that's the secret of wealthy people. When you're excited to do it, that's when they pull out. When everybody's pulling out, that's when they go in. Okay? I'm grateful we invested in a lot of real estate before the Nigerian elections. People were telling me, hey, it's going to be war. War. How much war has happened now? That's what happened to poor people. A new government will come in, economy will bounce back. Now they will say everything is too expensive, too expensive. You can't even buy a land in Nigeria. Yeah, but you had a period of almost 8 years with a very crazy, financially foolish president. Right? You could have invested that period. The same thing happened in Dubai. I know how many people kept telling me, no more Dubai, no more Dubai. That's how I invested 2008. In Dubai, it doesn't work. But see what has happened last year and this year. Like, you will literally, there's no other country, not US, not UK, was giving the kind of returns that Dubai was giving. Right? So, once you understand how this thing works, now you're ready to start doing the investment. Are you learning, guys?
Yes.
Next. So again, please don't go into these businesses without training. The future of money is what? Digital. This is Bill Gates talking. It's certainly, it may not be in the shape of what it is now, but this is the future. There's no going back about it. Right? Money is going to have to be digitized. There may be need to back it up with gold or back it up with something, which is why we are doing the NFT backed up with land. I think the backing up with something is important because you can't just create some random numbers and say it's currency worth supporting. It has to have some substance. Dollar was powerful the years when dollar used to be backed up with gold, right? And for me, I'm 100% support of future currency that is backed up with something substantial. And of course, I'm giving you a pointer. So if you want to invest in crypto, you want to go into cryptos that have something. Look at even the exchange, right? The exchange that collapsed, what's their name again? Huh? FTX, right? What's the difference between FTX and Binance? Binance invested, right? Binance invested in a lot of assets. A lot of what FTX was even investing in were companies that really were overvalued, were just having these their bubbles, right? But Binance really invested in some stuff that are really substantial, that had real value. Binance, I think, is one of Elon Musk's investors, if I'm correct, right? So they invested in companies that were really credible, something solid, backed up by something real. Okay, next. So advantages of investing in crypto: power to control your asset. Okay, deflationary type of asset, secure and transparent type of currency, best choice for long-term investment, smooth and freedom of trading, less chance of fraud and scam if you have training. Okay, it provides what? You the outsized returns, diversification of your portfolio, payments on cross-border. Next. So let's look at Forex. Forex is simply foreign exchange. Foreign exchange, Forex or FX, is the trading of currency for another. So again, you see people tell you, don't mind them, Forex is not real. And I'm like, real. What are you talking about? Right? Forex is just trading of currencies. It's a global business. Right? Yes, it's risky because you can almost sometimes not determine who saw that Turkey was going to have an earthquake and Syria. Right? That in itself affected the currency market. And you couldn't have predicted it was there. Right? So a lot of these businesses that they are high risk and that a lot of people have lost money does not mean they're not real. Are we learning at all? It only just means I must do them, one, with training. Sometimes people tell me, oh, I must always go and look for someone and give them that money. I don't think so. I think you can learn it yourself. But guys, if you're not doing company investment like this, you're just doing for your private self, learn it and do it yourself. Right? Of course, if it's a company asset, then let it be governed by company, not a one-man thing. But if it's private, learn it. Right? There are courses, there are programs. One of the testimonies you guys saw I already saw the crypto student here in Dubai. He turned $1,000 to $150,000 just watching my video course 2018. Right? So are we together now?
Yes, sir.
But if he didn't, and again, one of the mistakes the guy made because he lost about $60,000 was he did not join the coaching program. Because if you are joined, because sometimes we think it's the technicalities. No, it's not the technicalities. If it's the technicalities, professors will be the richest people in the world. But they are not. Sometimes it's the basic principles that governs wealth, which is when you make money, certain amount of money in high risk investment, pull out 25% minimum out of it and put into a more safer asset class. Does that make sense at all? So I invested in Bitcoin, right? Let's say I invested when it was $10,000. Now it's going up to what, 15,000. What do I teach? I'm saying pull out at least $1,500, right? And put it into a what? A more safe investment. And then you keep repeating that cycle based on a period. So if you want to be review every month or every major spike, you're doing that. So when you do that consistently, what will happen that in a whole 6 months, you'll have made double of the initial when you put into that. So if anything now goes on, you even lose half of your wealth. Remember, you already have 200% sleeping in a more secure safe. So this model means you will never be at a loss. But not everybody practices this. Sometimes we get greedy, sometimes we want to, and this is where we lose. So I told him, I said, you got a video course, which is what I'm recommending. Join the Selecta University today. I'm not even teaching you coaching. And because that's more affordable. And go over the video course. Because this guy's story changed just the video, not even the coaching. The only mistake he made, and I told him, I said, why, when you started making money, you should not have paid for the coaching. Does that make sense at all? Because the coaching will help you preserve the money. It's not about making money that is the issue. It's you being able to preserve. Because people don't know that it's another thing to go up. But it's more difficult to us, to stay up. It's harder to stay up than going on. And I'm telling you for that. So our company, for example, we started with just $10 15 years ago. The biggest phase I am that is the biggest challenge is sustaining the growth. We now have offices all over the world. We have the current expenditure, office rent, salary. And sometimes look at how much we're spending every month and I'm almost going mad. Like my brain just can't fathom. Now all this is just going. And every month it goes. January we spent over 300,000 dirhams. That's 1 month. And Dubai. You kidding me? Let me just die. Rapture should happen right now. Okay. But that's way more difficult to sustain. Am I making sense at all? Than rising. And it takes a whole different level of information, knowledge, skill. Are we together now? To sustain that level than even getting up. So the young man, you now have $150,000. Now you need help. Which is one of the biggest things sustaining me. When our business started growing, I had to literally start begging people like Dr. Coswell, literally maneuver every way to know people like that and build relationship with them. Like everything I could. Because I knew suddenly you're at this level you've never been. You want to have people around you who have been there. So that when you are confused, you're challenged, you can sit with them and say, how do you cope? What do you do when you are in this phase? It makes sense?
Yes, sir.
What do you do? Someone was asking me yesterday, the doctor said, I have a question. What do you do? The mornings that you wake up, I don't feel like going to, don't feel like doing anything. Just wake up. Just feel like lying down. I said, responsibility is what gets me up. Responsibility will allow me to lie down. Okay? The salary, the bills, it keeps me up at night. But I don't need next cafe. What do you guys think? I'm naturally awake. I don't need the alarm. The alarm. Responsibility will keep you awake. You don't need alarm. What? You're awake. Are we together now? Responsibility will keep you awake. So, master Forex trading, have a full understanding of Forex trading. You will be able to trade foreign currencies on the foreign exchange. You will be able to define Forex acronym and jargons, so you need that. Know to navigate both MetaTrade 4, 5, and TradingView platforms. Understand what fundamental analysis is and how to use it to what? To make profitable trade. Understand what technical analysis is and how to use it to make what? Profitable trade. Understand the different indicators and how they can help you with your what? With your trade. We'll be able to apply risk management and have a Forex plan in place. These are key things, guys. Now you want to go into Forex as an investment, you must know, you must build knowledge in these areas so that you can now really, really do well. But more importantly, even when you know all of these technical jargons, you must still have somebody ahead of you who you can always talk to. It's the secret at this level. We value relationship with those who are just at our level. All my mentors have not given me a dime since I met them. I'm the one that always takes something to them. Right? But you just need, because you see, the day you are about to crash, that's when you will know. There was wisdom to have given a 10,000, a 25,000, a this. The day they are mentioning your name somewhere, right? And a credible person speaks on your behalf, that's when you will know why you should have been having credible people around you and building that relationship. Because they will speak not because they will literally defend you without even you talking to them. In fact, many of the crises I should have had were prevented by people I had built relationship with, and they never even told me they defended me. Right? I know a woman who said somebody went around saying rubbish about me, and she told the person, literally threatened the person that, do you want to ever enter Nigeria in your life? I'll personally make sure you don't enter Nigeria on this landslide. Right. So it's very important to build. Are we together now?
Yes.
That's why I love what I see. People don't value quality relationship. Right? You meet a man, all you are thinking is how to extort him, how to take his wealth, and you don't know that he has more to offer you than just money. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Next. Forex market participation, central bank, companies, individuals, right? So institutional investors, commercial bank, and what? And brokers. Next. We can go on and on and on. Next. Monetizing public speaking and auto. So we'll pick it up from this next time. But go back to the last slide. Go back. So what are the truth and lie about Forex, right? It's virtual to manage your emotions when trading. It's vital, rather, to manage your emotions when trading. Is this true of us?
True.
A solid stop loss trumps a mental stop loss. True of us?
True.
Nah. Who knows what that means? So the stop loss.
Stop loss.
Stop loss.
In case the market goes against you, you should limit your losses.
Yeah, I suppose it's not for trading.
Exactly. So some people will say, "Oh, I will be by myself. I will be checking on it. I just don't want to stop it." No, it should be automated. That if it goes beyond a particular loss, it just stop trading. Right? Expertise in. I want to go number 3. Expertise in economics analysis is important. True or false? Trading is easy. True or false?
It's true.
If you know.
Very
Like,
true.
very low.
Very true. Trading is easy. Okay, complex enough.
What is difficult about it, psychology?
Yes. Ah, you are an expert.
Yes.
Very alliance. Right. So yes. What's difficult is the psychology. Is maybe itself is easy. It's just buy and sell. It doesn't complex. Just check out, right? But it's the psychology of it that is key. All traders lose money. That one is fact.
Yeah.
But people then get emotional. Some even is when they made money, they believe they'll be making money like that for life. Right. So you must, of course, and again, this is why you need mentorship. Because some people keep you in check emotionally, mentally, and all the time. Okay? You need to spend a lot of time monitoring trade. True or false?
True.
Depends. That's why it's in the middle. It depends. Right? Because all this can be automated. Right? You can be successful with a small amount of trading. Right? Neither here nor there. Because a lot of people have started trading with just $50, and today they are in hundreds of thousands.
If they are not greedy.
While some people will have scaled better if they have had bulk money to trade. So it's neither here nor there. Okay, next, financial background is essential to trade. That's a lie, as you don't need any financial background. Trading the news provides the biggest opportunities.
Risk.
Biggest risk, right? Because we take a news to make the market to crash, and it makes the market to what?
Right.
To go up, actually. Success comes from trading the market with what? Higher spread. A profitable trader wins most trade. That's also a lie. Right? Most a lot of profitable traders doing longer trades. So we're going to stop here today, but have you learned something? Click on the chat box. If you learned something, let me know. If you learned, just type I learned for those of you who are here. Okay, good. I can see a lot of you learned. So we're going to take questions. We're continuing this on 14th of April. So go register right now to be part of the class. 14th of April. I can promise you that the 14th of April will be done virtually for others, but we'll try and see if you join the WhatsApp community, we will make sure we make it available for you. And those of you in Stephen University, definitely you will get to be part of that class, guaranteed. Because what I recommend is that you join the Stephen. Everybody's so the WhatsApp link. Do you have the WhatsApp link, or do you want to create one? So create one and let's drop it in the group and give those who are here as well. So we're going to drop the WhatsApp link very soon. But what I want to encourage you to do, I have a bonus for you today for those of you who are joining Stephen University for 1 year. You will be getting what I call the billionaire combo. So we have the billionaire habits, we have the billionaire codes, we have the billionaire habits for entrepreneurs, the billionaire land bankers, and then for those of you who are religious leaders, billionaire habit for pastors. So you're getting all the 5 for free. if you are picking the 1 year package for Sivakta University, we will have Jami here. For those of you who want to join GTEx to sell for us, again, in the WhatsApp group, join there and ask, and the team will give you all of those info. So this is Sivakta University right now. We're increasing the Sivakta University price from today. The monthly sign up is now, it used to be $247. Then we reduce it to $47. So we're increasing it now to, what's the new price? I think 97. Who was in the meeting? Yeah, so the new price is $97 for Sivakta University for the monthly package, while the yearly package is $293 USD. But we might give you some discount on that as well. Probably make it 99 USD for a whole year. So I want to encourage you to, but I will give you guys an offer today. If you are getting the year package for a whole year, and this means you'll be part of the Unlocks event, we're still going to be hosting Daniel John and John Maxwell again, a lot of massive events we have. So every month we're hosting different trainers. Every week we're having different courses. So the depth conversation that we can go into, right? You'll be enjoying that in the Sivakta University. You have the courses already there, and you have the new courses joining every week. And I think this is really your best bet. So if you can join the 1 year package instead of paying $299 or even the $99, you can pay $47 today, you will get a 1 year access to Sivakta University, and then you get the bonus of these 5 books, right? All these 5 books becomes yours as well as a bonus. So for those of you who are in Dubai, that's how much. How much is this in dirhams? 447. How much is that in dirhams? 447. It's not 1,614. Okay, good. So 1,614. Okay, so however, if you don't have all the 1,614 EAD, you can deposit 500 dirhams and you get access to the university you need today, and you have 30 days to pay the balance. Okay, so these are the best offer I can give you today. But I really want to encourage you to know that knowledge is not a destination, it's a journey, right? And the reason why a lot of us don't build wealth is that we're not ready to pay that price for the long term. Just think, I just come to meet Dr. Stephen, he will do abracadabra in 3 hours. Abracadabra. And before you know it, you're living in Burj Khalifa. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. It's a process. I watched Bishop TJ say this, and I honestly felt I wish all pastors can listen to that. That what is missing with a lot of religious leaders is they are not teaching process. Right? Yeah?
They're asking for the discount.
Yeah, the discount is for Nigeria, 400 and can someone help us calculate for Naira? 400 and is how much? In Naira, $447 is how much in Naira? How come I don't have anybody in the Nigerian office? You Nigerians always drag me back. Guys, I don't live in Nigeria anymore. We're global now. Is that? Okay. So yes, is that 312,000? At what rate did you calculate? 209. Oh, the giraffe, you calculate gram too. No, they
82.
Olaolu has done 700. Who is selling 700 in Nigeria? You and I know that's more, but that's fine. I'll approve 700. At 700, that gives us 312,000. So go ahead and pay the 312,000. Do you have the Zoom, the link? Post it on the Zoom. Can you post the link on the Zoom? You also have the account they can pay. Where's Jamie? Why is Jamie not here? Joshua, the Nigerian staff are not here. Amoeze Clara from Germany, you're welcome. So go to the Sibakta University right now and sign up. If you go to the university, you also see the Naira account you can pay to for those who want to pay. But please note that in the next 2 hours, we're changing the prices. We only just left it at that for those of you who are in the class today. And so you can sign up. And I honestly look forward to seeing you with Dan Locke. We just posted the WhatsApp group that you should all join. I hope you've seen it. This is only host and panelist, so you need to edit it now for everyone. It needs to be everyone. So repost. So we just posted it again, so all of you can join the WhatsApp group. So in the WhatsApp group, you can ask a lot more questions, anything you need. However, for the Sibakta University, you need to go to www.sibaktauniversity.com. Go to the download flyer. So I'm going to take questions now, but all of you must make sure you join this community because that's where you will get info going forward. So go to the flyer. Please, all of you must join this event. This is a life-changing event with Dan Locke. And your chances are higher if you sign up today. Again, the website is, you can remove all this. The website is www.stephenakintayouniversity.com. This is the website to sign up. Don't worry about the 200, you're paying just $47, and you will join me on the 18th Saturday, next upper Saturday. We're going to be having a great time with Dan Locke. It's just a life-changing event. The email and numbers for inquiry is also here. So I'll take questions. Either Zoom, please, for those of you who have questions on Zoom, don't put the question in the chat box. Put it in the Q&A, okay, so that I can answer. Please don't put in the chat. If you put in the chat, there's so many people asking, so we won't be able to see it. So just put the WhatsApp link. No, just put the WhatsApp link. They can all see the website. Everyone can see sibaktauniversity.com. So the WhatsApp link. Okay, let's take questions. Questions? I hope I can sit down.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Question. None of you have questions there? Yes. Who is Dreamland? Dreamland here? Do you know Dreamland? Okay. Go ahead.
Firstly, I would like to thank you for providing this platform and this opportunity. It seems insight, and I would encourage everyone, not just staying back on the social media to just watch and listen to you, but taking the next step. My question is, what is your appetite to invest in on startup? Do you have a portfolio towards that?
Good question. Well, we're starting a venture capitalist company, and so I'm just trying to get the board because again I need a team of professionals who are leading this, who can help to manage this. But I can assure you that before December this year we're starting, I'm going to be making it public. I do have a reality TV show around supporting startups. What we have for now is a grant. We give $5,000 grant. Every month we select 2 entrepreneurs in different sectors and give them $5,000. Next year we're increasing it to 4 every month. Then we increase it to 10. So it's the 2027. So the goal is to empower 1,000 entrepreneurs with $5,000 each. But that is the door opener into actually investing into startups and small businesses. So before December, we announced the team, the board, and then the process for people to start. But definitely that's for me the next phase, because it's easier to invest in existing businesses than creating ones. Right, and having equity in them, teaching support, and it's win-win because the years of experience, the connection, the contacts, I can use it to help them scale faster. And it still doesn't give me too much headache compared to starting. So yeah. I hope I've answered you. But you just hope I've started. So that I can invest in yours. But don't worry, very soon. Very soon. Next question. Okay, let's take on Zoom. Q&A. Okay, so anonymous. I don't like taking anonymous questions. You have to put your name. So how do I start e-commerce in Nigeria, sir? It can be effective in other clients. E-commerce is way more successful in Nigeria than any other country. So I don't even know what you're talking about. One of my clients here in Dubai, let me tell you a funny story. He made so much money from e-commerce, moved to Dubai, bought 2 properties from me, right? And then after spending some time in Dubai, you know what? He left back to Nigeria. He didn't like it there. Okay, so because Nigeria has the population, people keep failing to realize that Nigeria is over 200 million. The whole of Dubai is just about 10 million. Dubai in itself is just 4 million or less. Right, so wake up, guys. E-commerce works in Nigeria, but you need training. So go and join the coaching. That's all I will tell you. I have a woman, Mrs. Patricia. I don't know whether they put her testimony in this video. Mrs. Patricia literally borrowed the money she used to start e-commerce coaching. Just like this woman who joined us. She borrowed the money. Today, I mean, the last year I had the records. She did over 200 million in 1 year. She's a big woman now, big businesses, doing very well. Right, so, but this is somebody who literally cannot even afford 100,000. She borrowed the first money she used to pay for the coaching. The story has changed. So e-commerce is big. What you need is mentorship, coaching, and support. How do you sign up? I've told you, go and sign up to the Senator University because all the content to start is already in the university, right? And many of you, first of all, cannot even afford the coaching program of $10,000. But you can start the business from the knowledge you gain from Senator University. From there, you can now scale up, right, to some form of coaching classes and all of that. So go sign up again. The website www.stevenacademyuniversity.com. Those of you who are physically here, you can transfer and then they'll give you login details before you leave here today. All right. So for me, that would be my advice. Rather than you go, you pay $10,000, and you still have to go through the video courses too, and then start and then. So why not go get here? How can I handle objection and indecisive from my real estate clients? Well, first of all, are you sure they can afford it? People who give too much objections can't afford what you sell, right? I mean, why waste your time? Okay, so I would rather tell you, be sure that you've qualified them. Be sure that these people really can afford. This is a gate official. Be sure these people can afford. Because a lot of people who ask you too much jam questions are poor people. I don't know if you know that.
Yes.
They can't really have. So they use the excuses as a cover up. I can't just waste my money. I need to be sure this is real. Okay, you can't afford it. So move on. So it's just like the Stivalta University. Anyone who really can afford it will immediately go and transfer. There's no more story to talk, right? But someone is at the head of to say, are you sure I will get value if I pay? You can't afford it. Don't waste my time. Move on. So many of us waste our time with clients who can't afford. And you just need to make sure you've qualified them. For example, if I wanted to qualify you for this seminar, which we didn't do, but definitely we'll do next class, to be sure that all of you can afford at least 1 year Stivalta University. There are type of question we'll have asked you. Right? And it will just help us to know whether you are audience or not. But of course, today's class, the intention is for everyone. And once question, so same thing in real estate, you will know. For example, people who have never bought real estate before, they most likely can't afford this one. So a basic question is, have you bought real estate before? Just something as simple as that. And the answer is yes. Already gives you an idea of someone who most likely can afford. But if I've never bought before, it doesn't mean there won't be some people that are first-time buyers, but the higher chance that you can close a first-time buyer is way, way more difficult. But someone who's bought before, it's just one of those things. I was with someone was telling me about AJ, and how AJ went somewhere. He was just going for inspection, and he saw this property, and he saw the whole idea. I said, bring it to. And she was like, is that how they buy property? So, and I told her, I said, well, see, I'm not sure I can ever do it. I said, wait, I have the money first. There are a lot of things I said I would never do. Until I had the money. Yeah. All this you are humble. Poverty is responsible for your humility. Many of you are not that humble. Right? So, but another thing you can also do is use influencers, use celebrities. So one of the things I had to do is when I started real estate, I was quite young. So I had to start leveraging on people who are older. So like Chidere Mamadou is coming to Dubai, we're going to be touring on all of our properties. And why? He has access to a lot of wealthy people, a lot of his friends are rich. So naturally, and I expect him to give me a couple of clients, naturally. It's not even, and the caliber of client I will get from him are top notch. Right? Because he's the publisher of the most expensive magazine that chronicles details of wealthy people in the world and all of that. So just that singular move is a move to grow my sales, right? And that's a more sure move than just taking with some client that just keep objecting and they really can't afford. Araro Miss Solomon says, please, as a realtor, is it advisable to learn from a real estate agent or a realtor? I don't understand. Who else would you learn from? What's he talking about? Right, next please. Of course, you have to learn from your client. Just learn from a realtor that is more successful than you are. Emmanuel Imbeza says, thank you for this opportunity. I have a question. You mentioned about doing bulk SMS business. How did you go about starting that business? Well, it's one of the courses I will be teaching you next time we're meeting, next month, April 14th. So I hope they will probably use this Zoom. Can you tell them to edit this Zoom to April 14th? Tell them to do it right now. So April 14th, I'll be telling you about that business. And you can even do the business. We're building a new software that will allow you to be able to do the business. David says, I operate an e-commerce business in Nigeria, selling content-related products and services. How can I sell in Dubai? Is Dubai a good market to enter, considering language barrier, currency, and regulation? First of all, there's no language barrier. They speak English, they are colonized by British as well. So they speak English, so there's no language barrier. And Dubai is a good market for anyone who is willing to pay the price. Just don't expect Dubai to be better than Nigeria or Nigeria better than Dubai. All nations are tough. They have their unique issues and just be ready to pay the price. I've seen so many people make that mistake. Oh, if I can only get my food to Dubai. A lot of opportunity. How's it going? All right, how's it going? All nations are tough. So just have to be willing to pay the price. You like US. US. But US is tougher as well.
It's okay.
It's okay as long as US. You will see when you get there. Because that's the issue, right? I want to do Dubai. Then now, okay, then when I do US, then when I do. I would tell people that look, a lizard in Dubai cannot become an alligator in US. Yeah. If you're already successful where you're coming from, you will maintain that status quo almost anywhere you go. If I wasn't successful in Nigeria, I could not have afforded and maintained my current lifestyle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Even our operations here is largely sustained by Nigerian office up to now. So it's important to understand that it's who you are that you can take into a new nation. It makes sense? But it's not as if a new nation has something that others don't have and suddenly you're a superstar in another nation. No. So I tell people, face your fear, man. Make it work here. Hold your ground here. If it works here, it'll work for you anywhere else you go. Make sense?
Yes.
Churchill or Carrefour says, please, sir, when you talk about e-commerce, you talked about weight consideration for a business that is into liquid product who want to take advantage of e-commerce. Please advise. Well, if you are the one producing the product, yours is just to build a platform to help you distribute the product. So right on. I mean, that's just what e-commerce is. E-commerce just means you are creating a distribution channel. People pay you online, and then you have a logistic company that will deliver it to their house. That's all. But the e-commerce we're teaching here is the case where you are not the owner of the product. You are buying from, let's say, China or Turkey, and then you bring it to whatever country you are in, and then you then, from the country, you now still distribute it internally to those you're selling to. Johnson or Morley says, good afternoon. Kindly explain how I can benefit from GTEx affiliate. Well, go join the WhatsApp group we've posted. Ask in the WhatsApp group, they'll give you more details. Dan Juma Yaya says questions. Question from Ejima Yaya, but no states. I mean, you're just trying to tell me you are from where I was born. Araro Miss Solomon. Is it advisable to learn real estate from a real estate agent or a realtor? Real estate agent and realtor are the same. The only thing you're probably trying to say is, should I learn real estate from a developer? Okay. Do I learn real estate from a developer? It depends on what you're trying to learn in real estate. Are you trying to learn how to be a developer or how to sell? If you're trying to learn how to sell, look for a realtor who is currently a real estate agent who is currently selling very well. Learn under him or her. You want to own your own real estate company in terms of building your own houses, buying your own land, then yes, you should learn from a real estate developer like me. Manuel Chibweke says from Imo, please recording of the unlock. Will it be free for students like me? Well, assuming that unlock also decided to come to speak for free. So go and tell God to talk to the unlock. That I should return the $25,000 I paid. Right? Once he returns the $25,000 I paid him, I promise you, you will attend for free. Motunde Oluseji says, what will you say is your best advice for a new realtor in Nigeria to grow fast? My first advice is get a mentor. Second advice, consume 3 hours of content around real estate every day. Yeah, 3 hours. Oh yeah, 3 hours. I still do. Right. Consume a lot of young adults content. A lot. Right. Consume at least 3 hour content around real estate every day. You literally will become like a professor of real estate when you talk. And that's really what makes people buy. Then when you're really deeper, there are 2 things that will come out. Confidence, not arrogance. Confidence. Who can tell the difference between confidence and arrogance?
The difference is when you have knowledge, and someone who is arrogant can be knowledgeable, but they start to feel that they are more important than other people.
You say I will give you the answer.
Confidence is when you have knowledge about something.
What's the difference between confidence and arrogance?
Arrogant is when
How do I know that this person is arrogant or this one is confident?
one way to know is when one's knowledge is now disrupting relationship with other people.
Yes.
When the person is bold, talking to you with information relating to what the person is talking about.
Okay. Bold. My problem is just how do we identify whether it's bold or just being arrogant? Right. So,
Being assertive.
so what I would say is that if somebody is confident, the difference is that he will be courteous and polite, but is yet assertive. Does that make sense at all? And if he's arrogant, he just talks like he's talking to his children. Right? He's just 100% just rude. And you could even see that he almost can't control it. Have you noticed people like that? Right? People who are confident, they can insult you, but just choose to be polite. And you will know when they are talking to you, because it's not like they're afraid of you or they're right? But they have chosen to be nice, they have chosen to be polite. And that's what we call humility, it's power under control. Somebody can fire you, but he's still talking to you. Right? And still trying to be reasonable with you. That's humility, nothing more than that. Because he can tell you, get out. Never want to see you here again. Right? But and I think sometimes this is why people take advantage, and that's why we don't have enough good bosses. Because a lot of employees don't know when they have a good boss. That when and that they need to appreciate it and assert it so that there can be replication of more of that. Right? So if you have a boss and he takes his time, explain things to you, let him know you value that. Let him know that is something you appreciate. Because he has the choice not to do that. Like you're not paying, he is the one paying you. Am I making sense at all? So it makes sense? So learn to understand that confidence is there's a lot of assertiveness, but there's courtesy, there's politeness around it. But trust me, the person can be otherwise. So oftentimes people say, I remember my fitness instructor always say, oh, a lot of rich people are so here, they are rude, they are arrogant, but you are different. And I smile, I say, well, I'm just who you want me to be. Like, I treat you the way you treat me, right? Okay? I can be the nicest guy, and I can be your worst nightmare. I just mirror you. Right? Just mirror you. And that's me. So I had a meeting with some people, and while I was being as reasonable as I can, somebody was asking me a dumb question, and I walked in on it. No. Right? Because for me, I'm just mirroring you. I'm just trying to be. Does that make sense at all? But trust me, I can be nice and I can be not nice. But that's humility there. Because you are intentionally, are we together now? making sure you can be as reasonable to people as they are themselves. Make sense? Good. Daniel Chigo Zim says, please, doctor, someone be doing Forex as the only generating income despite the risk. Nope. You are foolish to do that. You have other sources. What are the tips for getting high-paying clients? The tips is also become a high-paying realtor, right? If you always go for free trainings, how will you meet rich people? Oh, it's true. I have a friend who told me, he said, I don't go for training less than $10,000. I said, why? He said, I'm into construction, right? I go to classes where I meet either people who can afford or people whose children can afford. So for construction, I need people to give me their roads, their hotel, their houses. I need high rich people. So if I go for a seminar that is $500, I'm not going to meet my customer. Right. So I go for seminars, 10,000, 12,000. It's a business decision for me. And I think many of us who are realtors need to start thinking that way. Right. I sent some of our staff to Lagos Business School for one of their courses. I'm sending another 2 of our or 3 of us team as well to another course. And the reason is I need them to mix with people. Does that make sense at all? Who are at that level? Because the Lagos Business one is, I think, 10 million. The other is like 3 point something. So others who can pay that just for a course, right? Those are people you want to meet. Potential customers are there. Okay? So for you to start attracting rich clients, be rich yourself. Carry yourself like one. Right? Go to where they are. Go to where they are. Familiarize yourself with what it means to be rich. Talk like one. If you talk to me for 5 minutes, I know how well you are. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I know if you are rich or poor. I know. Because a rich man's wealth has nothing to do. I remember we went for many years ago, one of my friends, so even my first billionaire friend. So he accompanied me to a seminar my friend was doing. So I was sitting down with participants. The event was over just to network. One of them was asking, say, where do you work? My other friend said, people like this, they don't work somewhere. They own businesses. So he said, how do you know? And he was right. So how do you know? You know why? The friend I was saying, he's not his employee. He's also not an employee. So he knows. You know your kind. And it has nothing to do with the car. Or you will know that people like this, like you can't understand, identify a rich man. And that's what the problem of brokers. Because you haven't begun to live that life. So you can't even know whether you're dealing with someone who can afford, right? Or someone who can afford. Am I making sense at all? So you're all bothered with. A lot of times, some of my clients were never interested in the property I was selling. I am not interested in those who are interested in what I sell. I'm interested in those who can afford it. Let me take them there. By the time they get there, then we'll finish the work of the interest. But you know, the problem of most brokers, sometimes low self-esteem makes us to just want people who say nice things, people who just are nice. Am I making sense? But they are nice, but they can't buy. They really can't afford it. So for me, I've gotten people that I just want to know, can you afford it? That's all. If you can afford it, I will put pressure on you. If I need to drag you, if I need to beg you, whatever, you have to go there. And when we get there, we must convince you to buy. But I know that, of course, because you have done things like this, you know good deals. You most likely will. So affordability is the key, guys. I have 50,000. I want to start real estate. I'm tired of depending
What?
on an employer. How do I start? Join the group, the GTEx and associate. You don't even need any amount. Anonymous, please, doctor, I intend to venture into real estate. Got 2 acres of land, selling good location, but my capital isn't enough to purchase it. How do I go about it? Join the Selecta University. We have video courses on all of this. Next. Moses Omoruyi. Do I need to be in Dubai to work with you on Affiliate? No, we have people working with us all over the world. Daniel Jakes, my second question, how will you advise someone just starting life to focus on cash flow, fixed assets, like property? How someone starts life, focus on cash flow? I think I answered this now. Life is a phases, manner, and sizes. Live your size pattern. By starting as a broker, make money, then start investing your own. Faith Akitayo, please, I have an observation. I can't join the WhatsApp group from here in Nigeria. That's not true. It's a WhatsApp group. People are joining from all over the world. Can you post the WhatsApp group for them again? This man Hassan. Thank you so much for this scarce privilege. My name is Hassan Abdullah from Lagos. How do one harness real estate business in a lesser developed city than a place like Lagos and Abuja? My advice starts with Lagos and Abuja before you go into less developed city, right? Because those are the places that are sure, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, or Abeokuta and Ibadan, because of their nearness to Lagos, right? Start there. Moses Omoruyi, what product do you recommend from Turkey? Join Selecta University, we have those courses there. Omotunde Olusheye, what will you say is your best advice for realtors in Nigeria? I've answered that next. What are the tips for what are the tips to get high-paying clients? I answered that as well. Okay, be one yourself. You can close it. Any more question here? Yeah.
I just want to understand if someone is actually looking at starting to build an investment like portfolio here in Dubai. Do you have that kind of offers as well? If there is a broker or what is available that one can actually have a look at.
What's your budget?
Just starting.
What's your budget?
I've actually looked around, and it looks to me like I've actually been looking at something. Okay, let me say 500,000
dirhams.
Yes, sir.
You are resident.
Yes.
The
The reason why I wanted to explain was because it's not the money, it's not something I have for myself, but one way or the other, maybe I'll be able to. So it's not like cash in hand.
How will you pay it back?
I think that I've heard of mortgages.
That's what I'm saying. There's a mortgage, 500,000. I can't promise you can even get to 500,000 property. But if you say you have 500,000 as your budget, yes, we can get you mortgage up to 80%. Yeah, we can get up to 80%.
Maybe I can.
But of course, that means you should be looking at between 700,000 and a million. In terms of the cost of the property, right? But yes, we can get you up to 80%. If you're interested, who wants to pick him up?
It's my client.
Okay. So yes, sir. Yes, we will work with you.
No, let's men that
Okay, who else? Oh, but yeah, that's true. But you're going to buy real estate in Dubai, you need mortgage, you have wonderful support for that, up to 80%. So, okay. Any more questions? No question. Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Yes, are you coming next week? I mean, next time, 14th of April, who's coming 14th of April? Okay, good. So, please, who is in charge of, for those who want to join Sebastian University, who is in charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of them who want to pay here and want to join, who's in charge? Hmm?
I'll be shy.
Abby?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we'll stand up and listen. So if you want to join the Sebastian University, either you want to pay fully or pay part-time, but I encourage you, listen, if you want me to sign for you, 100% money back guarantee. If you join the Sebastian University for a year and your life does not change, I'll return your money. I'll probably even add profit, like returns on investment. Mhm. But I can assure you, it's one of the best decisions you will ever make in your life. Right? Because even the content we have right there, you may almost not finish it in 1 year. From Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, Dan Locke, all these guys. So all the subjects I've mentioned, you have video courses on them, and then there's regular coaching. You always have access to me as well. Trust me, this is something you want to join. Huh?
So
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about the very last question for the first that starts on like a business and trying work on. I've been working on it since last year. It's coming to life very soon. I need to help you.
So like I said, I'm intentionally chasing you guys away from one-on-one coaching. And the reason is because it's expensive. Right, and not everybody can afford it, which is why I'm recommending that you go through this University. For my one-on-one coaching is for 6 months, and the least I charge is $20,000. So can you afford that? Yes. So let me do this for you. I would, again, not for all of you here, just for her. Right, if you sign up for Selecta University 1 year package today, I'll give you 1 free class for free. One-on-one, yeah. So I also do a 1 hour one-on-one coaching, but it's $2,000, for just you and I, one-on-one, whatever business you do. You need some guidance. I do that. You can book the Abby is available for you on that as well. But for you, I'll give you for free if you sign up for today. Okay. Good. Any more questions? We're good. Yes. Student discount. Come on, it's already discounted.
No, it's like question.
Yes, it's ridiculous. You guys give me all the student discounts. Like being a student means I was a student before as well. Right? What are you studying? Civil engineering in UAE. What university? Wollongong.
Yeah.
Why do they have weird names for the university?
Australia, yes, Australia, the background.
Well, talk to Abby. Abby will work something out. I love students. So work something out. Abby, it's your guy. Okay. Thank you for coming. For those of you buying any of my books, please make sure they bring it to my office. I want to sign them for you. And then, like I said, if you're getting the 1 year package for the university, you're getting all the 5 books for free. I'd like to sign and take pictures with you. Thank you once again. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.